Hi foodies, I am making some French toast. Really simple recipe. Let's get into it. So the first thing we want to talk about is bread. For this recipe, I'm going to be using some brioche. And this is really nice because it's so flavorful and it's really rich. This brioche that I have here today isn't super thick. I couldn't find the whole loaf, so I had to just buy the sliced ones and then I just cut it in halves. There are a number of breads you could use for this. I will leave some more details in the description box below the video. But you can use whatever bread you have at home. It's just a matter of treating it the right way. So what I have here, guys, is a mixture of milk and sugar and some spices. You could use heavy cream as well. Sometimes I use heavy cream. Depends on what I have at home. Honestly, usually the French toast is like a last minute decision of mine where I'm like, let me make pancakes, and then I just change my mind because it's so much easier. So that's milk and spices and sugar in here, and then we are going to be adding some eggs. The reason I like to mix this first is because I like to taste it. So you can take some out, taste to see if it needs more sugar or spices before you add the eggs. Because of course, who really wants to taste raw egg? So you get to taste it and then adjust and then whip in the eggs. Now, as far as dipping the bread, because I'm using a thinner brioche today, the slices are thinner, I'm not going to soak the bread because then you're going to end up with a soggy French toast. So we'll dip the bread with, use tongs or your clean hands, and we're going to dip it for a few seconds, and then we are going to get them crisp and nice in this oil and butter. So here we go, guys. You can use your clean hands or tongs, dip it into that egg mixture and then straight into the pan. All right, and then we're going to try to get a nice brown color on either side. What you're looking for in a French toast, guys, is for the inside to be softer and tender, not soggy, and then the outside crispy and with some little caramelized bits, because of course the sugar is in that custard, right? So that's what you're looking for. There's so many ways to go about this. You could even lightly brown the French toast and then finish it off in the oven. That is something that you can actually do, especially if the slices are super thick. So flip those over and you'll see that beautiful color. Depending on the shape of the bread slices, some parts of the bread will touch the pan while some don't. So that's how you get that look when you do the French toast. You have some light parts, some dark parts, and you can also brown the other sides as well. Okay, and that's it. It's pretty simple, guys. Inside is really tender and soft and moist, but not soggy, and then outside is on the firmer side and crispy. And then you can dress up your plate with some fresh fruit and of course some dusting of icing sugar. Just makes it really pretty. Now I'm gonna go in with my maple syrup. You guys know I'm in Canada. Well, some of you know I'm in Canada, so of course I'm gonna use real maple syrup. Come on, guys, not that fake stuff. This tastes even better. So just drizzle that all over and you are set. Okay, this is just super easy to make. It's a really nice breakfast or brunch dish because you can just grab the bread that you have, even if it's a day old, it works perfectly. And then you can just whip this up, pretty up your breakfast table. It's so pretty. Now, what if you can't get brioche bread in your area or you don't have it at home? You can use other kinds of bread too. I'm going to be showing you the other bread that I use often to make French toast. It is hard dough bread. Most people I know have hard dough bread at home, most Caribbean people, and we can definitely use it for the French toast. It is dense though, so we'll have to treat it differently. So I'm gonna make my custard just the same and just whip everything together, and then I'll show you how I handle this differently. Alright, so if you take a look at the bread, guys, you'll see that it is dense. It has a tighter grain, like it's not as soft and flexible as the brioche would be, but it can still work. So how I'm going to do it is I'm just going to soak these in the egg and milk mixture. So that's how I handle it differently. So I'll just put them in and then flip them over and allow them to soak up the liquid, and then I will cook them. So right now I have oil and butter in the pan just the same. And if you have a griddle, feel free to use your griddle, guys. And yes, I'm going to be putting a lot of pieces in the pan, but you can do it with less. Okay, and then we'll flip those over just the same. And a lot of people don't make French toast because they're worried about the egg in the center. If you're one of those people, cover the pan over very low heat, and that heat will, make you feel more comfortable about the egg being cooked, or you could even put it in the oven, and that's it. It's pretty simple, pretty similar, and then you would just dust with ice and sugar. So the only difference is with this bread, I definitely soak it. Why? Because you don't want the center to be dry. So I handle this bread differently. So that's it, guys. Really simple French toast my way using two different types of bread. I hope you guys try it and add this to your breakfast one day or your brunch. It's really tasty with some eggs and whatever protein you like. Really tasty. So let me know what you think once you try my two recipes. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.